Watch this video with me. It is incredibly informative.
The children's surgeon was responsible for almost eradicating fried rice as we know it. I'm sorry for the info dump. It's 1907, Tokyo, Japan. There's this guy, he's a professor. His name is Kikune Ikeda. So one night, Kikune sits down with his wife and children to have some dinner, and they have the ramen broth his wife always makes, but something's different this time. It's better than normal. So he looks at his wife, he says, "Oku-san, watashi no tabemono ni nani o ireta no?" And then his wife says, "I put seaweed in it." Kikune deems this the secret fifth flavor and calls it umami and spends a year trying to isolate that flavor from the kombu his wife used in the broth. And after a year, he succeeds in isolating glutamate, or the G, in MSG. In 1968 in Maryland, there's a doctor by the name of Ho-Man Kwok. So one night, Dr. Kwok is at a local restaurant enjoying a succulent Chinese meal, and when he gets home, he starts feeling kind of funny, dizzy, irritable, sweaty. So after his recovery, Dr. Kwok returns to his place of business, the National Biomedical Research Foundation of Silver Springs, Maryland. Try saying that 10 times fast. And he talks with all his colleagues and fellow doctors, and they say, "You know what? We experience the same symptoms." So they start doing research, and they start conversing, and they get a case together, and then Dr. Kwok submits that to the New England Journal of Medicine. This is what he wrote. Feel free to screenshot it if you'd like, but basically it says, "MSG is killing everybody. Run! The sky is falling." And then they publish it. And then the New York Times publishes it. And then everybody's screaming, "Help! MSG is killing us!" Obviously, every brand pulls MSG out of their food faster than you could say, "Bah!" Except Chinese food. They keep it in, which leads to this belief that Chinese food will make you sick, which it doesn't. And then that translates into this racist stereotype that Chinese food is dirty or unsafe to eat, which it isn't. But the FDA has classified MSG as generally recognized as safe. To give you an idea of what that means, garlic and its derivatives are also on that list, but that's not the end of it. Oh, far from it. Because in 2013, Jennifer Lemessurier, a professor at Colgate College, did some research, and you know what she found out? Is y'all some racist-ass honkies. That's what she found out. So she does what she does best. She looks through medical journals. She tries to trace the source of Dr. Ho-Man Kwok. So in 2017, she publishes her findings to an academic journal. And then, almost a year to date later, she gets a call. And when she answers it, she hears a man's voice on the line. He introduces himself as Dr. Steele, and he says, "I have a surprise for you. I'm Dr. Ho-Man Kwok." Dr. Howard Steele, a children's orthopedic surgeon at Shriners Hospital, almost 1 year before his death, decided to spill his guts because he too was an alumni of Colgate College. It all started in 1968 when a fellow surgeon approached Steele at Shriners Hospital and said,
"I bet you $10 you can't be published in a medical journal."
Steele said, "I'll take that bet," and he went home and did his normal routine, which is buy a bunch of Chinese food and buy a bunch of beer and get drunk on the beer and get sick on the Chinese food. And then he said, "Oh my God, this is it." And he jotted his symptoms down and he sent it into the medical journal. And of course they published it. And of course he got to brag about being published. Steele went on record and said the name Ho-Man Kwok was a play on words of what him and his friends called terrible people. A human croc. For Steele to prove that Dr. Ho-Man Kwok was not a real person, the place that Dr. Kwok said he worked was not real. That's right, the National Biomedical Research Foundation of Silver Springs, Maryland was not, in fact, a real place. And the whole time I used a picture of McDonald's. Gotcha. Dr. Steele did go on record saying he contacted the New England Journal of Medicine, but each time was either hung up on or disregarded. I still think he should harbor a lot of the blame. And now in 2024, with concrete proof of MSG's negative effects being rooted in racial stereotypes, MSG is trying harder than ever to regain its footing in American cuisine. And I wish this story had a happy ending. I really do. But the truth is, it's not over yet. You can repost this video, try and introduce more people to this idea, and together we might be able to shake a social stereotype that's been peddled for the last 50 years. Thank you for listening to my info dump.
For all the things I thought I knew about MSG, I didn't know the most important one. Dr. Ho-Man Kwok was this fucking guy? I am flabbergasted. I don't use that word often, but my gastids are flabbered. My flabberds are gasted. I don't even know. That's crazy. Tell everybody you know this. Tell everybody you know.